Hey, John Paul, first of all, let me say, yes, you didn't need to apologize. I didn't mind that kind of apology, but I will continue to tell you, I like this new interaction, the atmosphere of it with you much better. And, and also for what it's worth, there's a lot of real scumbags on the net. When I criticize you, you're not one of those scumbags. You're a decent person. You care about this stuff. All the rest of it, I could say, I can't stand John Paul. I never want to have him as my best friend. And it wouldn't really matter. I still think you're basically a good person no matter what. Barring any crazy shit I don't know about. But I mean, what you're talking about, how you're presenting it, the fact that you're concerned, I think that it's honest. Boom. All right, but yeah, you're confused. But I think it's a fair kind of confusion. And I skirt this issue all the time, so I don't blame the confusion on you. Um, and yet you do have enough information to be less confused. So, for example, on the minimalist government, I you say that I espouse a minimalism, but that I don't actually think it's achievable. Of course, it's achievable. Do you know what minimum means? It means the smallest possible. I've pointed out that the smallest possible government is goddamn huge. I do want a minimal government, but it's huge. And the minimal sized government, is it smaller than our current government? We don't know. We would have to approach the question of what the fuck is it supposed to do to know what the minimal size and structure of it would be to do that. Okay. Now, in terms of carving out my own little space, well, it was in a conversation with Gary, and I will defend that statement at many different scales. But really, that scale has to do with humans. Gary talks about the destruction in the natural world and maligns the natural world. For example, I saw a documentary one. Forget the stuff where the tiger gets the gazelle and eats it. Let's just forget that for a second and say, okay. But what about, I saw a program once where this cheetah was just trying to set up a little household, takes its cubs somewhere, chose the wrong place, and it turns out that there was a cobra living there, and it kills her cubs while she's gone. Fucking tragedy. Well, when I'm talking about solving suffering, to say you're going to do everything at once is not that realistic. So I'm not pretending that we will solve every tragedy for every cheetah out there. So I'm talking about carving out a niche for humans where we don't submit ourselves to that kind of arbitrary tragedy, right? But on another scale of just carving out our own place, uh, what is, who are we? That's just me, is my family, and you'd say it's like Bush, but I don't think so. I don't think when Bush or Cheney, let's say, is making money off of Halliburton, and Halliburton's making money off of wars around the world, they didn't carve out their own little space. Their space involves everybody else. And when I say I'm going to carve out my own space, but I buy Nikes and they're made with slave labor, I haven't carved out my own space as well. So the requirements of this are important. What really is minimal? What does it really mean? And and the whole, I think, are you going to stop saying it so you don't give aid and comfort? Fuck no. That's how they keep you away. That's how they fucking keep you away. I wouldn't be a skeptic or a relativist if I believed in that shit. No, but you're giving aid and comfort to people that say anything goes. No, I'm not. I'm confronting them head the fuck on, and I'm taking my words back from them. Okay, now minimal means something. It means the smallest possible. And these people need to think about what is the smallest possible. And they have to think about what they want their government to do. And that's the difference. All right. Now, why are the Tea Party wealthy people, according to you? I didn't know that statistic, but just assuming that that's true. Well, it's because hating paying taxes passes for conservatism now. Okay? It's because remnants and current racism pass for cultural fucking concerns in conservatism right now. That's why. Right. So no, I don't think I'm giving any aid and comfort because, first of all, you should find some point of an agreement with someone and then figure out the rest, how to get the rest in order. I believe in minimal government. It's not my fault they don't really believe in minimal government. They just hate taxes. Why should I let them take a worthwhile argument about a small, efficient government, which is a good argument, and small compared to a bloated government, not small compared to everything else? Why should I give them that argument, which they're doing nothing with, because they really just don't want to pay taxes? And I should say, okay, here, you can have this legitimate argument about minimal government and use that as the words for I hate paying taxes. I just let them have that shit. Hell no. I'm going in there. I'm taking that from them. They don't get to keep it. They're full of shit. They need to add 2 plus 2 and get 4. And that's my answer. Cheers.